Meishu-sama, please.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. True religion. If a religion is lacking in common sense, it cannot be one that will save all humanity. Teachings that give life to other teachings represent a true religion containing the great power of God, our Creator. Helped by God's power, let us break through the hard crust of false beliefs rooted in material things. To have true faith, one must be careful to use common sense in speech or actions. If a group expresses or exhibits extreme psychic, eccentric, or fanatical behavior, be on guard. When someone is inclined to be impressed by such zealous displays, it is due to a lack of spiritual understanding. Genuine faith in God should reinforce the belief that the mission of a spiritual movement is humanity's salvation rather than the adherence to its dogma. It should guide one in service, not only to fellow group members, but to others as well. The ultimate purpose of faith is to help each human being daily become closer to the perfect image and likeness of God. While perfection on earth is perhaps beyond human reach, the desire to make a sincere effort toward its attainment certainly represents the right attitude and is a worthy spiritual aspiration. The deeper the faith, the more natural and unaffected a person is. At this point, an individual can be said to be truly living the teachings. One with true spiritual understanding speaks and acts sensibly, humbly, and sincerely, leaving an uplifting, warm impression with all they meet. The person is gracious and kind, finding true happiness in the happiness of others. This alone can unlock the door to God's blessings.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service, and thank you for joining us in our prayers for world peace. This morning, I want to share with you the faith experience of a Nazaré dos Reis Santos da Silva. She's from the Macapá Johrei Center. Nazaré has been a Johrei member for 28 years. She gives service as a family assistant as well as through other activities offered at her Johrei Center. Her youngest son, now 9 years old, had experienced difficulty communicating because of his speech impairment. Because he could not be understood, he felt isolated from other children and sometimes manifested an irritable, anxious, and even aggressive behavior. Professionally, Nazaré teaches indigenous people, and typically for about 20 days a month, she has to be away from home to teach at a tribe's village. Thus, face-to-face interaction with her family has always been compromised. Beginning March of 2020, with the social isolation necessitated by the pandemic, Nazaré was able to stay home and interacted daily with her family. Consequently, she was able to channel much more joy at home, especially to her youngest son. Likewise, with the gradual reopening of the Johrei Center, she was able to take on a twice-weekly dedication. Nazaré has always made every attempt to take her children to church because she believes it is now an opportunity for them to receive light and learn about the practices of our faith. As a consequence of frequent Johrei visits to the Johrei Center, Nazaré observed that her son's behavior had gradually changed, and in fact, he was developing new habits, such as praising people and using the expressions please and thank you. Additionally, at their home weekly Joy gatherings, as well as in their monthly home appreciation service, her son is the first one to get ready and is prompt in joining the rest of the family during prayer time. On the days that Nazaré gives service at the Joy Center, her son always asks if he can accompany her. His behavior has truly become more cooperative. Additionally, his speech has improved significantly, now allowing him to communicate much more fluidly. Indeed, he has started to relate well with his classmates and communicates with his teacher as if he were an adult, expressing his opinions in a clear and objective way. Currently, her son participates in giving service either at home or at the Jory Center. In addition to receiving and giving Johrei, he participates in the Mintama Migaki practice, which is the cleaning one's surroundings as a soul policy, and helps in the making of small flower arrangements. His growth and development fills Nazareth with joy and gratitude, as she is satisfied, believing that her son is on the right path to become a responsible and useful young adult serving the divine plan. Nazaré is very thankful to God and Meishu-sama for the great care and protection she has received, and for enabling her to wonderfully affect the fate of her family. She's now even more committed to her mission and wants to share the light of Johrei with many families. Thank you very much for listening to this faith experience, for joining our morning service. I wish you a very wonderful day.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.